Wemby didn't take a lot of shots, but it seemed like he impacted the game a lot. He was real active. Can you talk about just sort of his overall game and how he impacted the squad?
Yeah, I think there's a maturity level there of just understanding the variety of ways he can impact the game. And I think as he grows and as we grow as a team, there'll be moments and times and stretches where he takes probably high volume of shots in a short amount of time, and we'll probably need him to do that throughout the season. And I think the more he gets his teammates involved, we'll get them going and then help him in the big picture.
Have you ever been around a taller pick and roll than Wembanyama and Cornette?
No.
Is that, I don't mean this to sound like fanatical or hyperbolic or anything, but is there any role that Victor, that you guys have found can't do, like can't fulfill, or has shown maybe that that's not going to be a strong area of his game?
Yeah. I think there's a creativity and level of potential for him to do everything. With that being said, we still want him to have an identity of how he wants to play, because when you play with four other teammates, there still has to be a level of connectivity too. So it's sometimes that can be a good thing, and then sometimes I think making sure we have a level of consistency as a team. But yes, obviously his skill set and very unique anatomy allow us to be very creative, and he can do things a lot others can't.
When Cornette was signed and you started envisioning the ways that you could use him, what percentage of it was having his presence when Victor's off the floor, and what percentage of it was things that those two guys can do together?
I think there was always a level of playing Victor with another bigger person without getting too down the rabbit hole. Last year, we just didn't have that as an option a lot of times. So Luke, we thought, would be a good option for that, and then part of that is just we now finally have that at our disposal a little bit, because we are a little deeper at that position now, hopefully with Kelly as well, and then Biz. And so I think it's something that probably out of all the things that we were just talking about of being creative with and deploying regarding all things Victor, that's one that we probably have not as much. And so I think that's something that we feel like there can be a potential there for sure on both sides of the ball.
What do you like about Lindy? Like a guy like that you can plug in a little bit here and there?
Hard nosed, no nonsense, competitive, and makes the right decision a lot. So there's a lot to like.
Vic, a lot of the time, he drove and kicked like 30 times tonight. That's a lot for a guy his size. He was getting off of it earlier. A lot of guys, when they're kind of in their third year, they try to get really deep, get the whole crowd to collapse, and they get off of it. What are you seeing about just his kind of maturity for making quicker and earlier reads and making kind of safer and smarter plays?
I think there's a level also of, because of just his stride and the way that people attack the ball with him, sometimes he has to get off it earlier as well, just to have the best angle. I think he was excited tonight. I wouldn't say safer, but I think fundamentally sound is something that he will continue to have to anchor to. His creativity and his level of difficulty in times is second to none, and there are wow moments and their highlights. And then there's also times where, he had one where he shot faked, he took one or two dribbles, and he just turned and made a two-hand chest pass right to someone that everyone in this room could make, and he hit the guy strike right on target, and the guy made the three. That at his size is a wow moment. And I think that's something that we have to continue to remind him and show him, and he'll have to anchor to at times, because there is so many weapons at his disposal sometimes that just that fundamentally sound, solid play in itself will allow him then at times to find the creativity because he is so good. So I think that's part of the maturity level.